I'm making my family happy.
You're making your family fat.
What happens when a health freak family
If you want to stay healthy, which we do, then you've got to watch what you eat.
trades places with their opposites?
Our meals are really like full of fat. They just taste really good.
The so-called Butter Burger episode was one of the most dramatic to ever air on Wifeswap.
How the hell do you sleep at night? Oh!
Sherry, she's over 300 pounds.
Exactly.
She's only gonna get fatter and fatter, and then they'll end up dying.
She's a clown.
If you've never heard of Wifeswap, it's a classic early 2000s American TV show where opposite families swap lives for 2 weeks. And in this episode, I was promised a health freak family versus an unhealthy family.
Eating this way gives us more energy and helps us to not need much sleep.
But when I started watching, I realized, yeah, it's kinda got that, but it's also a lot more than that.
I am my best me. I am my best me.
I am my best me. I am my best me.
So today we're discussing this episode of Wifeswap, a healthy versus unhealthy lifestyle, and a lot about mindset. But before we get into it, a quick message from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by AG1. Okay, have you ever tracked your micronutrients before? I like to do it every once in a while, and when I do, I often notice that I'm missing out on some key nutrients. Not every day, but some days. It can be a lot of work to get all the nutrients you need every single day while balancing protein, fiber, gut health, energy levels, calories, and life. But one thing that I find that makes it easier is AG1. AG1 is made with 75 plus whole food sourced ingredients. It combines a multivitamin, probiotic, and blend of superfoods into one scoop. This has got to be one of the easiest things you can do for your health every day. Just make sure any of those little gaps are covered. I've been taking it for years now, and I was actually a customer even before we started working together. I love it because it's just such an easy way to boost my daily intake of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. I usually drink mine midday in between meals, and honestly, the taste is great. It's pleasant, a little fruity. I enjoy the ritual of it. I use really cold water and a couple of ice cubes, and yeah. And one of the things I love about AG1 is the quality. It's something they take very seriously. AG1 sources the best and highest quality ingredients it can find, and it's NSF certified for sport, meaning its quality meets the standards trusted by pro sports players and Olympic athletes, with less than 1 gram of naturally occurring sugar, so it fits into most diet plans. You can also get AG1 in these awesome new travel packs. These are amazing and make it easy to keep those nutrients replenished even on the go. Now is the best time to give AG1 a try. Get started with AG1 for less than $3 a day when you subscribe. Just head to the link in my description or scan the QR code to learn more about AG1. Thanks so much to AG1 for sponsoring this video. Now, in this episode, the health freak family is led by a woman named Dina. She's very interested in eating healthy, working out, and just generally taking really good care of herself.
My goal is to weigh 114 pounds because I'm just my best when I'm 114 pounds.
But the thing about Dina is, yeah, she's interested in eating healthy and working out, but it's not really her primary interest. Her primary interest in life is manifestation. And her whole thing is about manifesting your dreams through positive thinking and lots of daily affirmations.
I look at these pictures every day and then they manifest. I want to have flat abs. My mission in life is to be a person of utmost integrity.
Yeah, these guys do affirmations like every single time they see each other, even completely out of context where it really doesn't make a lot of sense.
I love you.
Follow your passions, be your best you.
She can't follow her passions. She's busy right now. Dina also tells her children how amazing they are, like the second they wake up.
Time to wake up the kiddos. How's my awesome boy?
You are so smart and so wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
I feel like that would piss me off as a child because it's like, I didn't do anything yet. I hate being complimented for something that I didn't do. Be proud of me when I've earned it, otherwise it's totally meaningless. Now we next have to mention how Dina makes her living, because it's one of the main conflicts of the entire episode. The show calls her an entrepreneur and an inventor, but then when they tell you what she's invented, you're just like,
A meal system that keeps warm meals warm, a magnetic material holder.
I feel like those things are not paying for the mortgage. But it turns out she's made her living, I think, through selling this manifestation program that she calls the Dream Program.
My name is Dina. Welcome to my home. I am so excited to share with you today about the Dream Program, which has changed my life. The dreams and passions in you are there for a reason. Your gifts and talents were planted in your heart for a reason. They are as unique as your fingerprints. You can learn to manifest your true dreams so they become your realities. The Dream Program teaches you how.
And the show tries to bill her as very kooky, which, I mean, she is.
In the morning, that's the perfect time to program your subconscious mind. And then I manifested this home, and we got it pretty fast after manifesting and praying about it.
But she also generally comes off as very positive and on top of her shit. Her whole thing is about going for your dreams and becoming your best self. You know, she manifests using these Bristol board things. She reads off cue cards. Her family eats healthy. They exercise. And there's honestly a lot of stuff you really can't hate on. I mean, she's reading off a little cue card and it's dorky, but if you read what it says on the card, she reminds herself she wants to live with integrity and be a good mom and succeed at her goals. I mean, I can't hate on that. I do that kind of stuff sometimes, and I think it's genuinely good for you. I think the science backs it up too. And she kind of buzzes around the house with what seems to be a very cheerful demeanor all the time. So I guess we'll see if it's all an act or she's actually like this. But the show definitely makes it feel like at any moment, she is going to snap. So this family is described by the show as the healthy, successful, rich Bouvet family. And they are paired with their opposite, aka the unhealthy, unsuccessful, and poor Clayton family. The Claytons live in a trailer park. The wife and mother, Sherry Clayton, is a stay-at-home mom, and her husband, Steve, is unemployed due to losing his job. Food-wise, they do not eat healthy.
Our meals are really like full of fat, creamy. They just taste really good.
Sherry actually says the Clayton family can't eat healthy because they can't afford healthy food.
Can't afford to buy healthy food like vegetables or fresh fruits. We kind of eat what we can afford.
And the most infamous meal on this show that Sherry cooks is her butter burgers, which are exactly as they sound and maybe even worse. It is a full stick of butter cut up into pieces and then just chunked up through the burgers. But the show also shows some other things that she eats, including her signature buttercream icing.
I gained a pound just smelling it. Oh, it's like an orgasm.
Thing is though, you gotta point out, wouldn't buttercream icing be expensive? In it, she says it takes 2 bags of sugar.
We're gonna add 2 pounds of powdered sugar now.
Plus multiple sticks of butter, plus cream. Not cheap ingredients by any means. I completely agree that it's more difficult to eat healthy in poverty. That's just a fact. You can't just walk into the grocery store and buy whatever you want. Wellness in general and enhancing your life through health, it can be a thing. When you're trying to survive, wellness does take a backseat. Also, as someone whose house just burned down, your priorities change when your life is full. But just because it's harder doesn't mean it's impossible for the person who wants to do it. Beans, rice, oat, lentils, some of the cheapest stuff in the grocery store. I am loving lentils right now. I made this lentil dish the other day. It was just lentils, cumin, lemon, and a little bit of olive oil, and it was so good. So healthy, so full of nutrients, so cheap, ridiculous. But yeah, also ground beef, ground chicken, frozen veggies, bananas, onions, all super, super cheap. Plus, both of these guys are unemployed, so they do have the most important ingredient of all, time. Here's the thing though, they've done surveys and studies trying to figure out why people in general know that they should eat healthy, but just don't do it. The overall message is that healthy eating takes too much work and that healthy food is not tasty, says Teresa Fung, an adjunct professor of nutrition at Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health. A lot of people don't know what to do with ingredients like beans and lentils to make them taste good. So most people just gravitate toward what they already like and what they already know, such as McDonald's. I clocked these guys eating McDonald's.
I'm stepping on French fries.
So maybe there's more to the story than we can't afford it in this case. Spoiler alert, there is. One of the main conflicts of the episode is that Sherry and her husband make a lot of excuses and in general just have a really limited mindset. The RV plant in their city closed down, so her husband got laid off. Fair enough. But they both have the mindset of like, well, I guess we just give up. There's no point in trying to get another job.
Really slim pickings if you're looking for a good job around here.
If you hear of a job opening and you go there to apply for it, there's going to be 150 people in line.
Throughout the show, they keep going on about there being 36,000 other people who lost their jobs at the same time.
There's 36,000 people that is out of the job.
So he just assumes it's totally impossible to get another job and doesn't try. He doesn't hand out resumes. He doesn't go to interviews. He just doesn't try at all. And there's no doubt that all those people losing their jobs at the same time is going to make it harder harder, but they both seem to have just completely given up on having jobs and they're just cool with that.
Fancy things, it's not going to make my life any happier than it is. So I would much rather be poor.
And on one hand, it's not your fault if you live in an economically depressed area, as they say on the show. But on the other hand, you can't just like give up and pack it in. You guys have like 2 kids.
Robert, who is 14 years old, and I have a son, Kennedy, who is 11.
Also, being unemployed is fun for like 1 week, and then you start to go insane. Anyway, the swap is about to begin. The 2 moms head across country to switch places and teach each other some lessons about how to live differently or whatever.
My mission is to help them discover their true dreams.
Follow your passions, be your best you.
Now, as soon as Dina gets to Sherry's trailer, she very quickly starts digging herself a hole with the audience.
They're very, very poor. It looks like they've given up on life. Very, very dirty, very, very poor.
Her voice killed me. She was born to be a rich lady.
She's let herself go. I would say that they're maybe 2 steps above homeless, maybe. I don't even want the poor to dress like this.
I like how she's holding up just like a striped shirt. I'm sure there are some stains that we can't see, but from here it really does just look like a basic ass t-shirt. And realistically, that's probably one of their better shirts.
I keep my clothes on the floor. When I go to bed at night, I just drop my clothes right there. And then when I wake up, I will put the clothes back on, and then I just start my day from there.
So Dina's walking through Sherry's trailer saying all of that, while Sherry's just walking through kind of just like, la 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 la, look at this big house.
Why do we have 2 dining rooms? I don't even have a dining room.
My house isn't this big. This is a big house, blah, 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 blah.
There's not any stains on these clothes.
So at this point, I feel like you really couldn't predict how this show was going to go. I thought I was going to really dislike Dina. I was thinking she's the villain for sure, but that's not what happened. So if you don't know how Wifeswap actually works, the wives will run their new households the way the family did before they came.
For the first week, the wives must live by their new family's rules. Later, they get to make some changes.
They read off these little guidebooks that the other mom prepared for them, and then they live up to the rules that the other family has set.
I really can't afford to eat healthy, and I don't really like it anyway.
We have to look and feel our best, and we can't do that in ratty, torn, stained clothes, eating fatty, fried foods.
She's only going to get fatter and fatter, and then they'll end up dying.
And if it's not already obvious, it becomes crystal clear at this point in the show that the show did an excellent job of picking out 2 completely different mindsets and families.
They're definitely spiraling downward.
At Sherry's house, Dina is immediately thrown into cooking like the Claytons usually do, which means chili cheese fries on night 1.
We're not real big calorie counters.
She's like, yeah, I'm aware. You don't have to tell me that. And when she talks to the camera, she's like, Steve has really let himself go.
Steve, he's letting himself go, letting himself gain weight, losing the tooth and not replacing the tooth.
She's eyeballing them while she's serving the food, and honestly seems to think that everyone is going to drop dead immediately based on what they're eating.
It's just awful for them.
A little processed cheese ain't gonna hurt nobody.
It's gonna make them fat, overweight, not setting them up for success.
Now, fact of the matter is, eating like this every single day will mess you up, which is why making nutritious and delicious meals should be something we learn in school. Imagine we had a legit home ec class where everyone learned to cook real food well. Actually would be a health game changer. Ultra processed foods are quick and easy and tasty. Behaviorally, real food barely stands a chance unless we already know what we're doing or we're really motivated and driven to change, which for most people doesn't really happen until they have a health scare. And in the case of Sherry's family, it turns out that Sherry's youngest son, Kennedy, is already concerned about his weight. Kennedy's been trying to lose weight by doing workout tapes at home.
I'm stepping on French fries.
Do you like doing the video?
Not really, but I'm trying to lose weight, so it's good for that. Because I'm obese.
You're considered obese?
Yeah, I only weigh 125.
And we find out that it's because he wants to avoid bullying at school.
I'm concerned about my weight because I would like to not be made fun of much.
And Dina actually has a more redeeming moment here where she jumps right in with Kennedy.
So does the doctor want you to lose weight, or is it kids
I
at
want
school?
to.
Oh, that's good.
She makes it her mission to help him while she's there with whatever his dreams and goals are.
He could totally manifest whatever he wants.
But anyway, when we check back in with Sherry, she is also visibly uncomfortable eating what the Bouvet family eats, aka salad. You can see right there, she is not having a good time. I think it's true that eating the way the Bouvets eat is like an acquired taste. If your meals currently look like this, eating like this is probably not going to taste very good to your palate. I've been on a healthy eating journey for like probably 5-6 years now. And of that time, it's probably taken me 3.5 years to enjoy salads. And usually my salads don't look like that one. There are a lot of ways to eat nutritiously, and it doesn't just have to look like salad greens and chicken breast. But something I've noticed also is that the longer you go without eating ultra processed foods or just eating way less, the plainer food and simpler you can eat food and still enjoy it. It's kind of like your taste buds reset. And then suddenly you're all the way the other direction and you couldn't imagine eating tons of junk food at every meal anymore. So I think it's really just an acquired taste. The more ultra processed food you eat, the more you want to keep eating it. The less you eat, the less you want to keep eating it. And later on in the episode, when Dina makes Sherry's kids eat what her family normally eats,
Do our best not to eat too much, because whenever we overeat, it goes right to fat.
they are also disgusted because their palate also isn't ready for these kind of foods because they're going through the same thing.
I think the choices Dina gives for dinner is disgusting.
All in all, on Sherry's end,
We absolutely do not follow any kind of order in our home.
Dina's husband is definitely judging Sherry hard already and seems to have died a little inside in preparation for these next 2 weeks.
Cher's a big woman. Dina's,
My goal is to weigh 114 pounds because I'm just my best when I'm 114 pounds.
This part of the video kind of makes it clear that Dina is definitely on another planet a little bit. She starts talking to Steve about how he manifested his unemployment and overall being poor through his bad attitude and lack of dreams.
You and Sherry have created your reality with your thinking. When people don't dream, they end up dying.
And I really think she's just trying to help in her way, but who is going to be like, oh, you're right, maybe I did manifest losing my job and being poor.
When me and Dina was talking about creating my own reality, I mean, the reality here is the economy dropped.
Like right after this, they go to a soup kitchen for dinner because they have to go there because they can't afford anything else. And Dina literally says, if you keep coming here and hanging out with all these poor people, you're just going to become more poor.
If you hang out with really, really poor people, then you might end up becoming poor, really, really po, because of the mindset.
Like, sorry, Dina, they have to go hang out with poor people because they are poor and they have no other way of feeding themselves. It's just too woo-woo and over the top for the reality of their situation. Like, I personally like to dabble in some woo-woo shit. I'm pro controlling your thoughts, keeping a positive mindset, and I believe that attitude is everything. As some of you guys know, my house burned down earlier this year. Absolute nightmare situation. Best thing I did in that scenario was keep a good attitude. Because if you don't, you will literally eat yourself alive. You won't do what you need to do if you allow yourself to wallow about things that you can't control. And that's kind of what Steve is doing.
This is where I used to work at when I got laid off. Everybody's having the same situation I am.
Everybody?
Pretty much, yeah. There's 36,000 families that are having problems.
He's focused on the fact that he got fired rather than focusing on what he can do to change his life. Dina's like, is there anything you could do to make money? Like any side hustles you could try?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I could do that, but I don't.
Now, when we check back in with Sherry,
I am my best. I do my best. I look my best.
everything's going fine for a while. She's living out Dina's duties just fine.
You're going to be the best me you can be today, aren't you? Is that good? Is that close? Be your best you.
And up until this point, Dina was the clear villain of the episode, but this is when things start to shift. Sherry, who's supposed to be living like Dina, is supposed to record a video for Dina's dream program.
We need to embrace our dreams and passions, our gifts and talents. These are the keys to our purpose, our destiny.
She then starts flipping out about the whole thing, claiming that the Bouvets are using it to scam poor people like her.
Who do you think buys these things? People that have already reached their dreams or down on their luck people?
She puts on clown paint mocking Dina. She freaks out on her husband Mark several times.
You are a piece of work.
I am.
And she's so fixated on the Bouvets selling this program that it's all she can talk about for the rest of the show, and it destroys the flow of the episode.
Quit scamming America! And you're stealing from innocent people, and how the hell do you sleep at night?
The buffets were clearly not scamming people, in my opinion. Instead, to me, it seemed like the whole thing kind of just triggered Sherry, and that is nowhere more clear than when she starts screaming at the husband and 2 children.
Buffets. Your program is taking advantage of people in the poor economy.
Like, at this point, the show is supposed to switch. Sherry is supposed to bring in these new rules for the family to live by, and they're gonna live by her rules for the rest of the episode. But she's not just telling them what the rules are, she's like yelling at them. She jumps into accusing the Bouvet family of being horrible human beings. She says, you think you're better than other people, you're taking advantage of other people, you're brainwashed.
You and Dina have brainwashed the family to be your best me's, and that somehow that makes you better than other people.
She's literally crashing out. She is so upset the whole time she's giving the rules. It just has such a bad vibe, and it feels like all the rules she creates are not meant to help the family like live like her and understand her. They're meant to punish them.
I'm replacing your perfectly matched cookie cutter clothing with perfectly fine stained clothes with holes in them.
Which just totally messes with the show.
You're disgusting.
Okay.
For example, the first rule that she gives is that this week, the Bouvet family will go to eat at a soup kitchen like her family does, but not just eat there.
And announce to all po folks that you are sorry for taking advantage of those people.
They're not.
Keep in mind, they're just selling a product. Like, they're not, they're just selling something. And each time she gives each rule to the family, which is the dad and 2 small children, she's like, this week, with such pure rage, as if the family itself is responsible for the situation that she's in. And the whole thing is straight up so intense that it's scaring the little children.
You feeling, Lauren?
I kind of want to go to my room.
Come give me a hug, baby girl.
Stay away from my daughter, please.
Like, the little boy is almost in tears and covering his face.
Are we going to be allowed to brush our teeth through Wifeswap and her rules?
Meanwhile, the show cuts back to Dina, and she's giving her rules, and her rules are like, we're all gonna do affirmations this week.
Your days will be filled with positive affirmations. I am my best me. I am my best me. All right.
On Dina's side, they're doing affirmations, eating healthy, getting haircuts, and Dina is gonna help Steve manifest a job.
You say you want a job, but I don't see you striving at all. You're just lazy.
Don't stand there and tell me how lazy I am.
Okay.
Period.
You will get out into the world and manifest a job into reality.
I guess I'll be all right, I suppose.
She does drop in a few of her typical condescending rich lady burns.
If I saw you on the street, I would think you looked sad and homeless.
But after watching this episode many times to make this video, I think Dina's intentions are good. All Dina's rules seem to be to help the Clayton family feel better and live better.
How's cutting our hair going to help us succeed?
It's because you guys are just gonna feel awesome.
Whereas Sherry's rules are basically all pointless and tinged with rage and jealousy.
That is just insane.
The family you're trying to create is insane.
And then Sherry's villain arc begins. As the show continues and Sherry implements her rules, her lifestyle has an immediate negative impact on the Bouvet family. Sherry encourages the kids to eat junk food for breakfast, something that they're not used to doing.
So you think breakfast pastries are very nutritious?
That's what the government says.
And they appear to be straight sugar crashing.
Help Dad. Go.
I'm empty!
Lauren, you look chilled out.
The little girl is totally zonked out, and the little boy too, all before like 8 a.m. Then Sherry suggests they have a cake and pizza night.
I'm making my family happy.
You're making your family fat is what you're doing.
And Sherry responds to that like, I'm making my family happy. We only eat this every 6 weeks. Obviously, having pizza night with your family every 6 weeks is perfectly fine. Even if you also get macaroni and cheese and a cake.
By having this once every
Look
6
at
weeks,
this.
Mark, this is not how my family eats every day.
But obviously, this is a lie. This is now the second time in the episode that Sherry says we only eat unhealthy once in a while, except at the beginning, she says that she hates eating healthy and never eats healthy. Sherry, we see you, okay? I don't know why she would lie here. I feel like she should have just been like, yeah, this is how we eat, bitch. But yeah, the rest of Sherry's stay like completely spirals out from here. She does that soup kitchen thing where she takes them to the soup kitchen, has them sit down and eat food, normal, right? They're supposed to stand up and announce to everyone there that they're sorry for taking advantage of poor people like them.
That this man feels that you no longer have dreams. Let's make some sales, come on.
She literally starts yelling on a megaphone in front of everyone about about how this family is stealing from people at soup kitchens. Then back at their home, she flips out on him multiple more times and he eventually just kicks her out.
Walk away, Mark. That's what you're good at, Mark. What if I follow you, Mark?
I think she's just angry with anyone that has more than her.
And her stay ends.
You're a vindictive, destructive person.
And Mark is a hateful, evil man.
And surprisingly, back at the Claytons, Dina's redemption arc is kind of in full swing. Kinda. She gives the family a haircut and they are hating it while it's going down.
Please do all my rules with a happy heart. Robert, do you have a happy heart?
Yes.
Like every single one of them is a little pissed off they have to endure a random haircut they didn't ask for. But in the end, all three of them seem at least a little happy that they got this haircut, including the dad.
What do you guys think of Dad?
It looks stupid.
Well, thanks for your opinion, but I think it looks great.
Even the dad, Steve, who objectively gets a horrendous haircut.
Long hair, short hair, I'm still the same person. And just be able to see me better, I guess.
Even he does a little smirk at the end that kind of suggests that he is feeling himself a little bit. And the next thing Dina does is start them up with their positive affirmations, and the little kid actually gets so into it.
I am my best me. I am my best me.
I will be an AB student. I am a great football player. I do the best I can.
Excellent. You are. I believe in you.
But all in all, Dina really redeems herself in this section. All of her changes were actually positive and like positively benefiting the Clayton family.
College graduate. Excellent, Kennedy.
Kennedy invents a refrigerator organizer.
It's like a little organizer where you put like shelves or something. I probably could turn my invention into a real invention that people will buy.
Like I said at the beginning, the show kind of framed Dina as the type of person who was so kooky she might like crack at any moment. But not once during the entire episode does she end up doing anything like that. Even while roasting them for being poor, being lazy, and being fat, it never somehow came off as very malicious. She does end up doing this really stupid thing where she holds a dream seminar at the soup kitchen.
I developed a 7-step program to help you discover your true dreams. Without dreams, without visions, people die.
And then is like literally selling copies of her book there.
Would anyone like a book?
Why would you be selling your book at the soup kitchen?
You say that your book was $35?
Yeah, I'll give you a major discount. Do you think that's a good deal?
Any way she can do it, she's going to make that buck.
I feel like she just has no self-awareness of like how dumb this is. Even Steve is like full body cringing at the fact that she's doing this at the soup kitchen. All in all, a hard to watch moment. Anyway, the swap ends and the two wives meet up for their final exchange of words. Dina calling Sherry fat and lazy and poor, of course.
I thought, wow, these people are really, really poor. I was just appalled.
And Sherry calling Dina a thief and saying, you can't sell me your program.
I'd rather be fat and lazy than stupid and a thief, but you can't sell me your program.
All in all, kind of just demonstrating that both of them have opposite mindsets, but are equally delusional in their own unique ways. There's a lot of stuff that Sherry in particular is just not willing to admit.
Well, I wouldn't call it filth.
Well, okay, it's filthy.
I am not a slob. We are healthy. None of us have ever gotten sick from dirt in my home.
I feel like not getting sick from dirt in your home is just way too low of a bar. Thing is though, earlier in the episode, Sherry was like, yeah, I don't like eating healthy. I don't like cleaning the house.
Sherry doesn't spend much time cleaning her trailer either.
It's way more important for me to spend time with my family than taking care of dishes and cleaning the house.
And they were showing the little kid trying to drink out of cups, but the cups smelled bad because they weren't cleaned properly.
This cup smells like onion.
Ew. And yeah, it definitely didn't feel like either family learned anything at all from the wife swap, other than I hate that bitch and I don't want to live like them.
I don't think you're a very good mom at all. You're a couch potato mom.
Do you really think I care what you think about me?
However, when they visit the families afterwards, it turns out that Dina actually had a positive impression on the Claytons. The youngest son, Kennedy, was on a weight loss journey.
Since the swap, I've been playing a lot more football.
The family started eating fruits and vegetables.
Since the swap, we buy better food, fruits and vegetables and stuff.
And Sherry and Steve were actually working on starting their own small business.
I'm looking for a truck similar to this so I can hook up a snowplow to it.
And on Dina's end,
no, we're gonna get rid of this.
I'm striving to simplify life. Like, we don't want to make people jealous.
she stopped referring to poor people as poor people and now refers to them as disadvantaged instead.
The poverty there, it really gave me a heart for the disadvantaged people.
The biggest transformation in the show, way to go, Dina.
These are the last of the chili cheese fries.
But But the thing is, there's really no denying that Dina helped Sherry and the Claytons with their mindset. She might have been kooky, she might have been very out of touch, but she was also kind of right. And I found this weird thing from after the show.
Hi, I'm Cher Clayton, and I'm the other mom that was on the Wifeswap television show with Dina and her family.
It was uploaded to the Dream Program YouTube channel that I showed you guys earlier. I guess Sherry fell on hard times and reached out to Dina, who acted kindly toward her and referred her to her program.
Believe me, I didn't want any part of Dina and her crazy dream program. So I sent Dina an email, and in the subject line I said, "Please read, I need your help." She wrote me back right away, and I thank God for that today. She sent me a copy of her dream program.
And Sherry had her life positively impacted by this.
The dream program is so important to me, and even if you're not consistent about things or you're not into self-improvement, neither was I, and I didn't think it was needed, but honestly, it's the best thing I've ever done.
Hi everyone, my name is Dina from the Wifeswap episode, and I wanted to let you guys all know that it was a blast. Sherry and I did have some rough patches, although she reached out to me a couple months later and asked to do the dream program, and so I helped her through the dream program and we became very good friends. We really did love the crew members as well, although they did try to make us look bad.
Who saw that wholesome random ending coming to this story? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.
And don't forget to be your best you.